What's up, everybody? We are live. This is the ish that we talk. Listen, I don't know if y'all like it, but it is something new we're trying, and I swear to God, that was dope. The beats, the the pictures, like yeah, that was fly as a fool. But let's get down to basics. I am Lily. I am the host of this show. Um, I am the joint smoking, cigar toting little dude that I am. And I am also with, as I always be with, the bill and whistle pusher, the be all of this show. Without her, we would not be here. Let's give it up for the co-host and the creator of this all, Lindsay.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Oh yeah, this is the new year. Listen,
Yeah,
didn't even think about saying that, man.
yeah.
Days are just going like they, like they regular. I forgot to say that, but yes, Happy New Year's, everybody. Let me
Yeah.
get the pleasantries out the way. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review so we can continue to give you the ish that we talk. All those pleasantries out the way. Lindsay, how's your life? What's been going on? I'm gonna give you a dad joke. Ba-da-da-da-da. I haven't seen you since last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah. How's everything been on your side of town?
Everything's been pretty cool. Got some real good news.
Oh, we always like good news.
I'm not gonna indulge in that yet. But it's really really great news, and I really will be happy when I'm able to, you know what I'm saying, unfold that with y'all. But like my New Year's had a great surprise for me, so I can't wait to. I just can't wait to like tell y'all.
Okay. Well, that's always good to hear. And I'll be even happier when I'm able to hear what the good news actually is.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. But we can't tell the fans yet.
Okay. I have an idea, but I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna wait for you to say it.
Yeah.
but
So my new yeah, my
other,
regardless of that, like my New Year's was amazing. Like
yeah.
boom, pow, pow, like fireworks.
Did you do anything in particular?
No, we were supposed to, but um things things with family didn't work out like it was supposed to, and I got food poisoning. So I got sick, so I couldn't do what we wanted to do. So I was down for
Mm,
like 5 days.
yeah. Goodness gracious. Well, I'm happy that you're made it out of there. It sounds
Yeah,
like there's been like a buzz going around because I've been
yeah,
hearing quite a few people.
it was some crazy shit. It was like, um, cause Jasmine, like even when she listens to this podcast, she gonna look at me and say, "Don't you put that shit on my daddy?" And I'm not putting it on her daddy. All I'm saying is, um, I don't eat everybody's food, and I was fine the whole time. I went and I didn't eat nothing at that house, but her and her daddy knows I like greens because you know what I'm saying. Greens is my thing. I like eating greens, and so that's
Mhm.
all I ate out of that place. And I got sick the very next day. And so
Mm.
no, I'm not putting it on her daddy, but whoever touched the pot, did whatever. They could have did whatever. I got sick as fuck eating those goddamn greens.
Well, that sucks. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
terrible shit.
really sucks.
Like throwing up, dry heaving, to the point where you ain't got nothing in your belly, so you just like puking shit, and your stomach is cramping, and you can't hold nothing down. Yeah, I was fucked up.
That sounds horrible. Not even gonna hold you. That sounds horrible.
It was terrible. And you know what was so horrible about it? Everybody know Kansas City weather. We went through that cold Christmas, but the next couple of days was like real feel good, and niggas supposed to be out. I couldn't even get out. I was sick. I had stomach cramps. I'm shitting and throwing up. I can't do nothing.
Oh, we have a visitor. Hey. Hi, Ashley.
What's up, fam bams?
What's popping, cuz?
Chilling,
Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
2023, yes.
Yeah.
How was your out here looking like a Target Mary J. Blige? What's popping, cousin?
You see me?
My life.
New look, new year.
Don't.
I feel you. That's dope. That's dope. I like to hear that's dope.
Thank you. So what we discussing right now?
There's no need to tell you.
We talking about New Year's. Nothing right now. We just talking about the year. We just talking about New Year's. Like I said, I was sick after Christmas, and I didn't even get to enjoy nothing until New Year's.
Ah, dang.
Yeah.
That sucks.
No, it was cool. Yeah. Honestly, it was cool. Because I move, I constantly keep moving, so it was a time for me to be, even though I was sick and cramping and fucked up, I got to actually just lay down. So that was dope.
Yep, rest your body up.
Yeah. Well, how was your New Year's?
Huh?
What'd you say, cousin?
I didn't do nothing for the New Year's. I just sat up in the back. What is this? Hold on. Who gonna talk?
I was about to say, is this about to be one of them King Steel sketches where nothing gets across?
I didn't know if my thing was delayed or what. Right, it might be
delayed.
Oh,
yeah, it might be a little delayed. Okay. But Ashley, yeah. How was your New Year's?
It could have been better. I mean, I just posted up in the house and just listened to all the gunshots going off. Really, had me a couple shots and watched the countdown. I didn't do much. So I had a little boring one. Maybe next year I'll actually have some festivities. Huh?
Okay, sometimes that's a good thing, to just be chill and have to deal with nothing extra. Because people don't know how to act on New Year's.
No, they don't. And then people be shooting and don't even know how to shoot and don't have no business even holding a gun. I was hearing shots and I went outside because there was some people across the street from my house. They had a little function going on. So I just went to my bedroom to look out the window, see what was going on. I see one of the dudes, it's a whole bunch of kids, little kids. They standing in the door and stuff. And then I seen one dude, he's in the driveway. He looked like he was trying to figure out how to shoot it. Then he just shot one little shot in the ground. I'm like, see, what for? What for?
Mm-mm.
You don't even look like you knew what you was doing, first of all.
Yeah.
And then I got all these little kids over here at the house that you're doing it at. That stuff just irks me.
Yeah, that's ignorant. That's ignorant as hell.
I don't condone this.
Yeah.
I don't condone this at all. But ladies and gentlemen, if y'all decide to shoot, I don't give a fuck what holiday it is. Whatever gun you have, just go ahead and buy blanks. Because when you really shoot real ammo, and I've witnessed this, I've been a part of this. This is part of my PTSD. Like when you shoot real bullets and you drunk and you don't know what I'm saying, you just trying to have a good time and you just trying to spray. I've seen a nigga get his head knocked out for that. So invest in blanks if that's what you want to do. I'm not saying, because you can't control everybody. And I'm not trying to tell people what to do, but I'm going to tell you if that's what you want to do for a celebration, invest in blanks.
At least.
Because, that's the last thing you want to do is like think about the last time you celebrated New Year's, you watched a nigga get his noodles knocked out.
Right. And then if for nothing else, you don't want to waste bullets.
That's my whole point exactly. I don't waste bullets. You got to use those bullets for what it is, and that's survival and protection. Like I'm not shooting them bitches in the air because I'm having a good time. Like I remember doing that shit young, but now that, as I get older, I'm like, hell nah. Because what if I was drunk that night and just ran out of bullets and the nigga decided to run up on me? I'm dumbfounded with a gun that ain't got no bullets in it.
Look, they don't think about that part though.
No, they
like that.
That's yeah.
Not to deter y'all from that because it was a happy New Year. Y'all did what y'all did. Y'all popped y'all pistols and y'all did fine and no everybody's babies came home that I know. So like I'm not deterring y'all from that. I'm just saying find an alternative.
Man. Just popping fireworks. Just it's the same noise pretty much.
And it's pretty.
Yeah. Even better. Same boom, and it got some pretty to it.
Still be responsible for your fireworks too. I ain't seen it in person, but I done watched some internet videos, and these niggas didn't like fucked up with these fireworks.
Have you seen the one with the guy in the wheelchair? And they like put it in reverse, Terry. Move, Terry. Get out the way.
I'm in the wheelchair.
Yeah, put it in reverse.
Those are the electric wheelchair.
Did y'all see the one where they lit the box and then the box fell and then it automatically shot over to the old nigga and just all that shit just blew up in his fucking face? I was like, that's crazy as fuck. Like, goddamn, like Papa didn't come here for this. Papa just wanted to have a little slice of a lemon pie and enjoy the 4th of July. And this shit go bow right in his old dude's face.
Y'all trying to put him on a rocket to heaven. That's horrible.
Come on, man. Dude, if you wanted to kill him, you could have killed him kindly in his sleep. Like, what are you doing?
I just saw this video, this firework video where this I guess a firework shot inside of a car. It was this black Charger, and they had a whole bunch of fireworks in the trunk and had the trunk open. That firework shot in that car and lit that whole trunk up, lit it up, and turned everything off in that car. And it was going for a minute too.
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm not a hood nigga at all, but if something like that happened to me, I swear to God, one of you niggas from the hood is paying for this because I'm not.
I said, I know whoever charged that is pissed. And then somebody gonna shut the trunk. What you shut the trunk for? Let that shit fly out.
Oh, somebody, nigga, I'm talking about nigga, somebody brother,
really
somebody
start
auntie,
blowing up
somebody
inside.
mama. Y'all paying for that shit because I didn't sign up for this shit, bitch. Y'all got me fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Y'all just asked for a ride to get the fireworks. Y'all didn't say y'all was gonna light this shit up in my car now.
Yeah.
Like,
I ain't gonna lie,
crazy.
boy. I'll go ham for that. But that's that was funny. That was a super laugh on our introduction to how the New Year's went. let's get on these topics, ladies. Let's get on these topics.
Yeah. So we've been gone for about a month now, and we've missed a few things. One thing that we missed that the internet was ablaze for a couple weeks was the People versus Tory Lanez. So we're not gonna do like a blow by blow because the moment has passed. But since we have talked about it on the show, we did want to go on ahead and just cover the base of this story. Give our thoughts just as a whole on the case. Did you guys follow it pretty closely at all during the time?
Nope.
No, you didn't, Ashley.
Of course not for me. But I did just do a little bit of Google searching and was looking over some stuff. And I mean, of course it's crazy. Period. I think you a bitch, Tory Lanez. Why are you shooting at her feet? From what I was reading was she was calling him out about his songs or about his raps or something like that. And it's like, what are you like? Do you understand what she's saying? Or are you mad? Is she telling the truth basically? Because why are you getting mad shooting at her feet? You must feel some type of way about this. So, I mean, hey, whatever time you got to do it. Because that was uncalled for.
Hey, yo, cuz.
What I do?
Cuz, first I want to say, hey, listen. I'm just going to go by the court standard of this. He didn't have enough gun residue on him to prove that he shot a gun, even the caliber that he had in the car. He didn't have enough gun residue for that. He had enough residue on him to prove that it was a gun being shot in his facility. I'm gonna just go ahead and state my. Well, hold on. What was you about to say?
Nothing.
Oh, so I'm gonna just go ahead and say this. I'm gonna skip all the extra shit and everything that went on with the trial. I do think he should have been guilty of having firearms with him. Yeah, I believe he should have got deported. But I don't believe that he should be on trial for almost 22 years. I don't believe that. I don't believe that should be the verdict that we're talking about. It's just too many.
Okay, so maybe I'm a bit confused on where you stand. Do you think are you the population that thinks he shot her or not?
Again, I will go with what the court said. And the court said that he didn't have enough gun residue for him to shoot at the gun.
But
he can be in the facility, though.
Who shot the gun?
He can be in the vicinity. Like, he was around. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that we all watch the same fucking trial. Like, I'm not because I don't want to say anything because I don't know shit. Like, but what I'm saying is from what they said. Did we not watch the same shit?
I think you're leaning too much on that. Because there's other things besides the gun residue. And there's a reason behind why it was. But there's a reason behind that too. But do you shoot guns right out of a pool? Do you shoot right out of a pool?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Like, do you get out of a pool? I said, do you shoot guns right out of a pool?
No, I've never had to.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, but that's a factor. That's a factor. And the reason why I'm saying that's a factor is because pool has what? Chlorine. Chlorine can, do some things with your fingerprints or whatever. So, yeah, like people had gun residue on them, and it wasn't a lot. But then also, there's other factors that are involved with why they came up with that conclusion. One of them being the 911, or not the 911, but the jail call that he made. Another one is the eyewitness that was actually the defense that brought him up that ended up being a prosecution. And one is the witness that did take the stand, how she got immunity and she pleaded the fifth on thing, and how she had a whole 80-minute interview a couple months before the trial, and then all of a sudden she has selective amnesia. Like, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of things that happened with that trial that made them come to the conclusion on what they came to. I don't think he's gonna get the 22 years. They took him into custody immediately, but he hasn't been sentenced yet. I don't think he's gonna get the 22 years though.
I don't think so,
yeah.
He might get 5 to 10, and then as soon as he get out,
I don't believe he should be even charged with that much. Anything. I just think they need to deport Tory Lanez.
But the thing is that there's a person that was shot. Like, at the end of the day, there's a person that was shot and could have, like, the feet has a whole lot of, like, what, arteries and veins or something.
It could have punched the wrong
way. You ain't never heard a nigga getting shot in the foot and dying right there on the street. Name one nigga you heard got shot in the foot and died in the middle of the street.
Look,
nigga, no. I know niggas.
We don't know that.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all the honest to God truth. And niggas might hate me for saying this, but I can tell you, I can look all y'all in the audience is watching me dead in the face and tell you, I know niggas that didn't want to go back to the war, and niggas like me was shooting them in the fucking leg and foot so them niggas wouldn't go back. They was injured. Like, so nah. Like,
but if you shot him,
tell me that a foot is 22 years. If a nigga would have told me a foot was 22 years, I would have never shot none of them niggas. No.
But the point is not. But the
shot was 22 years. Like, I was gonna serve 22 years, Lindsay, if I shoot this nigga and he just gets on TV with bullet fragments in his fucking heel. If they told me I would be facing 22 years, I would have never did that shit.
I don't think they have like a set body part when they talk about attempted murder. When somebody shoot somebody and they call it attempted murder, I don't think they got a set body part that a person got to be aiming at to call it attempted murder.
Right. Right?
You shooting at him.
Ashley has a
and it made contact.
Right?
You got a point, but I'm just like, nah, a foot. Like once they find out you shot the nigga in the foot, they should be like, oh nah, he didn't try to kill him. He didn't try to kill him. He shot him in the foot.
But you don't like people can get blood clots. People can have long effects that can lead to their demise because
she said she still have nerve damage.
I'm sorry, I was
still
on
got nerve damage. You asked me to pregnant.
I like for Megan, like, nah, still no, she fine. She still got them thought knees, all that shit. She fine. She's fine. She's still been doing what she been doing.
She's traumatized. Okay.
I give you that. She's traumatized. That still don't justify that we gonna do this where he's already on probation. And so this sentence can be 22 years. I just don't. For me, that's too much.
It's 3 charges for one. It's 3 charges. So it's not just one charge you're going to get 22 years. It's 3 of them. And on top of that, he can't get deported. So, like I said, I don't think he's going to get the full 22. He'll probably get 5 to 10. But we cannot negate the fact that this girl was shot at the end of the day. Whether she was shot in her pinky toe or shot in her lung, the girl was shot. And that's not acceptable on no level.
And for what?
I 100% give you that.
Because she said that
as much as it sounds like I'm defending Tory Lanez, I really want to say this to the people. At the end of the day, the sentence that he is facing and things that he is up against, Tory Lanez did that to himself. We have to think about the whole situation for what it is from when we watch this trial. Because you never know the whole truth, but I'm just only speaking on the trial. This nigga was fucking her best friend, fucking her, and trying to fuck on Kylie. This girl, as people have said it, has when she drinks, she gets real belligerent and real tough. Tory knows this. Tory put himself in this situation. However way this shit went down, at the end of the day, I will never say that this is not Tory's fault. Because as a man, you're supposed to know, like, hey, this situation ain't cool for me or the person that I deem that I care about. So I will be 100 on that point. I will never shake that. I think the life lesson that Tory has to go through is you do this on yourself. You can't put the blame game on everybody because you knew what it was when you were doing the shit you were doing. You didn't think you had the consequences that was happening to you. Mm-hmm. So, I will say that. At the same time that I say that, I will say this. I really hate to see Megan get shot in the foot. Really hate to see it. But it really wasn't no clear evidence that he did it. Not clear evidence.
Here we go. Her testimony should be enough. I'm sure she ain't gonna just put that on him.
But what clear evidence did you need?
For me, I need
because he wasn't gonna.
Ain't no.
I need gun residue to be on him.
He can wear gloves.
It don't work that way, cuz.
They don't find the residue on everybody.
It don't work that way, cuz I don't know how you know gun residue, but that shit go like how LeBron do baby powder before the game. That shit go. So as long as they get the closest right there, that shit is there. So I'm just more or less looking at that, and I'm like, well, maybe it's just me. And maybe that's just my and I would never call it toxic masculinity. That's just me being masculine, like, shit, man. You know, that shit don't make no sense for me as a man. Like, nah, if I shoot a nigga, I know I got this shit on me. But it wasn't looking like that for me. So I'm like, damn, maybe he needed more of a Johnny Cochran ass nigga to help him. And I his appeal, I know he fired his lawyer and he got Snoop Dogg's lawyer.
I thought he got Suge's Suge's lawyer.
Well, no, I think
it's Suge's lawyer, but it was a nigga that helped Snoop get off the murder case.
Yeah, they're the same person.
So wherever they was, they didn't have no video footage nowhere.
They had the helicopter footage when the police was there and whatnot. What I'm surprised that we didn't get, or that I didn't hear about them having at all, was like surveillance footage from people's houses, especially the one where it happened right in front of his house. Or maybe their range for their cameras didn't go all the way out to the street or something. I don't know.
Nah, they got that footage. It just don't show what they're trying to portray. Because I know with the nigga, the ring can show damn near the whole block. So a nigga can't say that nah, my surveillance camera don't show that much. Nah, because if the ring can show damn near the whole block, your own surveillance cameras do the best.
Yeah. So, but I mean, as far as that, like that hasn't been released to the public, so, I haven't seen that footage. But they did have the guy whose house it happened in front of. He testified, and he said that the gun initially was in her friend's hand, but then he said the gun mainly was in Tory's hand.
See, that's what I'm saying. If they got, that's two people right there.
Mm-hmm.
Her and the neighbor.
Yeah.
How many more witnesses they need?
I don't know. But you know, people gonna think what they want to think still at the end of the day. Because even with the like the what's her name? Kelsey's the friend. She did an 80-minute interview with the police in September. That some of that got released, and the what's that called? The phone call that Tory made to Kelsey right after he got arrested, like the next day or something like that. That got released as well. And he's on there saying, "I apologize." She's never gonna talk to me again. You know. Yeah. And a lot of people that did not believe that he did it heard that phone call and was like, he did it. But
I still don't believe he did it. Like I still believe like he like shit. I was fucked up. I apologize. I didn't know that you was gonna like spaz the fuck out like you did. Like you got a lot of. I'm gonna do it like this, and you know I'm gonna just go ahead and level the playing field for the rest of y'all. This is to my scumbags. I am a former scumbag, so this is to my former scumbags. We have done this same shit a lot of times. What we have done is apologize for you finding out that I'm fucking your friend. And I think that's all he was doing. I was fucked up, man. I don't think he was saying, hey, I didn't mean to shoot your bitch in the foot. Like, no. No, I don't think that happened. And I'm just speaking on behalf of my fellow scumbag. We've all been in those situations where we be like, damn, I didn't mean her. I didn't mean for y'all to get into it and y'all to fall out like that. I apologize for that. That was my fault.
Mm.
I'm gonna
So
just keep it 100.
Do
Like
you
a lot
think
of
the
people
friend
won't say
shot
that
her?
shit. I'm gonna say that shit.
So you're part of the population that thinks the friend shot her.
Right.
I am. I really am.
What?
That's no downplay to Tory. Like I said, this is still Tory's fault.
So, are they still friends?
No.
So why would she tell on her ass instead of him? Why would she save
They not
her?
friends. Megan and her ain't friends no more.
Right. So why would she be
Why
saving
wouldn't
her?
she have told on Kelsey instead of telling on Tory? Because I mean, out of the three, she's the one that has the least to lose. So for her, so why would she throw Tory's life away when in all actuality it was Kelsey the one that did it?
Because Kelsey is the bitch real that like she been around. Like so that's her friend. So she like, I ain't gonna send the bitch to jail, but I ain't fucking with this bitch no more.
Well, to keep it one, she ain't send nobody to jail. She didn't press no charges. This is the state that did this.
Yeah, so she's not gonna incriminate her friend in the state case. Whatever the state picked up, they just gonna ride with. She's not gonna tell them the honest to God, no 100% truth.
But the thing about it is that even down to the live that she did, she straight up was like, "You shot me," talking about Tory. So if in all actuality it was Kelsey, why wouldn't she have done the live about Kelsey? Why wouldn't she have time that every time that she talks to the prosecution or even was up on the stand, why would she lie and say it was Tory when in all actuality it was Kelsey? If anything, she would have, if she wasn't gonna tell on nobody, she would have just been like, "No, Tory didn't do it. I don't know who did it, but he didn't do it."
Yeah. That all that sound good, cuz, but you have to realize the situation she's in, what is happening, and what is and who's in this girl's ear. Who's in this
So,
girl's ear telling her what like you said what?
So you believe it's Rock Nation's fault?
Nah, I don't believe it's Rock Nation's fault. Nah, I'm not one of them conspiracy theorists. No. But in this girl's ear is people telling her, like, you know, this right here can do this and do this, and this is gonna happen for you, and you know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of things that play out. Like we can't look at it like how we look at it because we looking at it at a level of, you know, our tax bracket. That tax bracket is very different, and it's very and also that is very different. You know, some people you still want to protect. Maybe she don't fuck with the bitch no more, but she still want to protect her. She ain't gonna put her in that type of predicament. She don't give a fuck about Tory Lanez for real. She was fucking everybody. They proved that in court. She's fucking everybody. She didn't give, and she had every right to do it. I always tell you have every right to be that. That girl young. She can do whatever the fuck she want to do.
Yeah, and none of that had nothing to do with her being shot.
Exactly. Exactly. But what I'm saying is, she care about the best friend. She don't really care about throwing Tory Lanez under the bus.
But whether she cared about him or not, I feel like the police, they had well enough time to do a full investigation. And if they felt like the friend had anything to do with it, they probably would have bent and said something.
No, they not. Let me tell you something, cousin, about being young, black, and having a record. They don't give a fuck about nobody else in the building. They trying to pin it on you. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I watched countless niggas go through that. They don't give a fuck what happened. The bitch can have blood on her hands and a knife in her motherfucking pocket, and they'll still blame the nigga who's a felon in that motherfucking house. So, yeah, nah, it don't work like that. Hey, he was already on federal probation, and it was so easy to attack him on a gun law, on a gun charge.
Well, they probably would have got him for that gun charge regardless.
Yeah, they would have got him regardless, but now that the state picked it up and they put all these motherfucking sanctions down and these motherfucking unlawful acts down, yeah, he got money. It's better for him to get thrown under the bus than my fucking broke best friend that I don't even fuck with no more.
But if somebody shot me, I don't give a fuck about none of y'all at this point.
Yeah, that's you. That ain't everybody.
I just don't believe that Kelsey shot her. I believe Tory did it. Now, with all that being said, because whether you believe that he shot her or not, we all can agree it's his fault.
Oh yeah, that's not, yeah. Scratch all that. Yeah, it was 100% his fault.
Yeah. So with that being said, are y'all still gonna play the music?
Yeah.
The fuck
I'm
yeah, I'm
still
gonna
play
still
R.
play
Kelly music. Shit.
What the fuck? We're not even gonna we not even gonna ask that question to people no more. We're gonna stop asking that question to people because you know it's either you're gonna get mad or you're gonna have a, you know what I'm saying, or you're gonna have a crazy ass rebuttal to that shit. So it ain't even no point. Yes, Tory music is still gonna get played.
It still
that
slaps.
nigga got some heat.
It still slaps. It's not gonna not slap because he's shooting folks.
He had heat before he shot that bitch in the foot.
Right.
His life ain't got nothing to do with my jamming right now. Shit.
Hey, listen. Cousin told y'all a long time ago. R. Kelly a scumbag, but that nigga helped me make a bunch of kids. I don't give a fuck.
Oh man, I hate. So yeah, that's that. The latest thing is that his mugshot got released, and it looked like a high school senior photo.
It did, or a prom picture. That nigga
Yeah.
looked...
I was like, this all pretty picture taking face ass nigga, like damn. So yeah, I thought that was pretty funny because I'm like, I'm looking for the quote at the bottom of the picture and shit.
You know? Yeah.
Class of 2000
best wishes, go for your dreams.
Right. Right. Class of 2023 and shit. So yeah. How pretty mugshot having faces.
Dang.
But anyway.
That's how I know that nigga gonna get deported, because that one of his lawyers is gonna say this nigga cannot survive in jail. Like, no, this nigga cannot survive in jail.
Right, he got the head tilted and everything. Like he posed. He was like, he know this shit gonna hit the blogs. Let me go ahead and flash him one good time.
The last thing we need is a Tory Lanez that look like the nigga off lockdown. They got fucked by the white boy and got strung out on heroin. Like, we don't need that.
Ooh, yeah.
We don't. No. It'll be a fucking riot. I swear to God. If something like that happens to Tory Lanez, I swear it will be a prison riot.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
niggas gonna be mad about that. Niggas gonna be mad. They fuck white boys up.
They gonna be hella pissed because it's too many niggas out here riding for him, really saying that there's still people that believe she wasn't shot, and there's people that believe that he didn't do it. So yeah, you're right. Niggas gonna be mad. Niggas gonna be hella mad. But yeah. So
if that nigga go out like Tupac and kill the nigga that raped him, and then get shanked, Lord. I swear to God, like, hey man. That'll be the worst prison ride y'all ever seen in your life. I'm telling y'all that right now. There's a lot of niggas that fuck with Tory Lanez, man.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, so that's the Tory Lanez talk since we've been gone for a month. the whole little catch up on that, on our thoughts on the outcome, and of course, we'll probably discuss when he gets sentenced. But yeah, so on, I meant to ask you this in pre-production, but Gucci Man and Big Scarr, were you able to look into that, Lily?
Oh yeah, I did look into it. I didn't do my natural deep dive, but I did try to deep dive as much as possible for
Okay.
that shit.
Okay.
It's
Well,
great.
you can go on ahead and give a little breakdown, if you will.
Okay, so I'll talk like Lindsay for this. For y'all who, if y'all have been living under a rock, you know, Big Scarr from Gucci's label has passed. He passed of an overdose, and it's been this whole discrepancy about who paid for his funeral. His family is saying that they paid for it. Gucci's wife actually is protesting that they helped pay for it. Um, there's been a lot of things going on with that situation, and them posting pictures and receipts and the whatnot. What I will say is this: during this whole ordeal, it was a discrepancy over the chains that Big Scarr had that needed to be. I guess they're not paid for, and this is just me deep diving in it. I don't know if it's true because I haven't did a true deep dive, but when Gucci hands you a chain, I guess you have to work that chain off. And I guess Big Scarr didn't work those chains off, or they don't think he worked those chains off, and his family is saying you ain't getting these chains back. They're also saying that they paid 60 grand for the funeral, and via Gucci's wife post, uh, the 20 grand that they said that they paid didn't wasn't enough for the funeral. And then they said they paid for a casket. It was like 15 racks. And then they had to pay for invitations and all that. Like, and then they said they got him cremated.
Mm-hmm.
It's as much as like I said, I didn't do a real deep dive, but as much as that I'm going through in this deep dive that I went through, it's like Big Scarr's family is just looking for like more money for nothing. Like, not to be on nothing, because rest in peace to the king, rest in peace to the god. But do you know a Big Scarr track?
No.
Um,
But from what I understand and from what I was reading was that he was on his way. They said his music was real good.
cool,
So
cool. I give you that. It could have been, and I hope it is. Let me not say that. I hope it is. I hope I get to really know who Big Scarr is. But for the time being, right now, in the present, nobody knows a Big Scarr track like that. Like, not outside of Atlanta. Maybe Atlanta knows him. Maybe Memphis knows him. But nobody outside of there knows him. And Gucci paid 20 grand from what they saying. That 20 grand don't mean nothing. He paid 20 grand to bury this nigga. Help bury this nigga. And y'all mad? Like, I ain't saying like Gucci should have paid more. I ain't saying that. I don't know what's going on in people's life. But shit, the most I done gave a nigga for his funeral is $2,000. That nigga Gucci gave 20. The fuck is wrong with these niggas, man?
Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot with this situation. It's weird because you don't want to be ungrateful or anything like that, and you don't have to give anything. You know, you do it out of the kindness of your heart and whatnot. But there's other things within it that are weird to me. Um, One thing was that Gucci said that he was going to pay for the funeral, but then he gave 20, and it was in two transactions. One was on a MasterCard, another American Express. So then I saw that Atlantic gave 2. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe Gucci gave 10 and then Atlantic gave 10. Then they said that it went for the flowers. Then I saw all the flowers. The flowers were huge. So I can see the flowers costing a whole lot because they spelled out 1017. They said it went on the obituaries and the flowers. But then they said it cost 60 grand. I don't know anybody's funeral that cost 60 grand. Then they also said he had insurance. So if he had insurance, why are y'all pressed about anybody paying anything? Because the insurance should have covered it. Then the sister came out, said something. The brother came out, said something. Then the dad came out and was just like, Gucci gave the money, but then I covered the rest. I don't have an issue with Gucci. Gucci's good in my book. Only thing that I wish was that I would have actually talked to him because we just text. Now I know we living in a tech world and I know people text, but if somebody died, I would have liked to hear and not see a text. It's kind of impersonal. So that's one thing. It was just a lot of weird stuff behind it. Then the whole thing with the chain. If somebody died, I think that's real tacky to be asking for a chain back, whether it was paid off or not. Because last I checked, I thought that Gucci was a millionaire. So why would he be pressed about having a chain?
Sorry.
So who asked for the chain back?
Nobody asked for the chain back. His brother went on a rant and said that you ain't getting these chains back. Like because
I've always heard that Gucci asked for the chain back.
No, Gucci never asked for that shit back.
Okay.
Gucci never asked for that shit.
Yeah. Because, like, the sister took a picture with the chain on and she was like, you can get it back in blood. And then the brother said something because they were saying that he had asked for it back. And I was like, why isn't nobody addressing that part? But, excuse me, if he didn't ask for it back, great. Because that's tacky as hell if he asked for that back.
I mean, the whole thing, and this is the thing, like, I hate to say, because I don't know this man's family. I know this is Pooh Shicey's cousins.
Yeah.
I think they feel jaded for how Pooh Shiesty has been under that same umbrella. End up going to jail and doing all that. I think that, in my opinion, I think they shiesty over that, and they just building shit up like they're trying to make a beef, because Gucci ain't never said nothing about getting the chains back. They're saying shit about the chains.
Okay.
Like, Gucci ain't never been like, yeah, these niggas need to give me the chains back. Gucci ain't never said that shit.
Gucci ain't said anything about this.
Gucci's wife been handling that, but Gucci's wife ain't even said nothing about giving them chains back.
Right, and my thing, because like I have been commenting on the post just about every time I see a post, and I'm like, why isn't anybody addressing the chains? address the chains. Okay, y'all keep addressing the money that was sent or whatever, but can we get clarification on these chains? That was my big thing, because I'm like, damn, everything else, because everything else is like, like it's not making sense. But let's get a clear understanding about these chains. Did he ask for them back, and why? And then on top of that, y'all know, more than likely, I'm willing to bet money on it that Gucci or his label had a policy on Big Scarr too. So whether he gave the money or not, he gonna get it back because they gonna cash in on that policy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it ain't like he really come out enough.
This is the thing. Again, like I said, I don't want to disrespect the family, but I do know fake cap when I see it. Like, this shit is really cap. This shit is really fake. Because if you think about it, they keep on giving you text messages from Gucci. They never showed you a text message about Gucci saying that he wants the fucking chains back.
Yeah.
They said all he do is talk through text message. Like, all he do is talk through text message. Y'all ain't never said, y'all ain't never sent a text that said anything about a chain, though.
Yeah. And the dad didn't say anything about a chain. The dad specifically said that he hasn't spoken to him. He's only talked through text. So you're right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a gripe. I mean, not necessarily a gripe, but he just wish he would have actually spoken to him, But if Gucci said, now in this aspect, I do feel the family, because with the dad coming down, because the dad was pretty much speaking against the brother and sister, but in the same breath, he kind of confirmed that Gucci, even though he said he was going to pay for the funeral, did not pay for the funeral. He put in on the funeral. So, because he said that he paid the rest. But it's all confusing because the sister said that they had insurance. But then they, like you said, they talked about how much they spent on a casket, then turned around and said that he was getting cremated and being put in a mausoleum. So it's like, what exactly happened? Like, it's all weird. And then on top of all of that, the most tackiest thing of them all is that the brother shot a music video at the funeral.
That was gonna be my next question. What is up with that?
Yeah, like, so it's like they all trying to gain clout off of their siblings, off of their sibling dying. That's what it's looking like.
It shows you right there where the family's about. The family about some. And I hate to say that again. I don't want to disrespect nobody's family, but on the outside looking in, it looks like the family is just purely out. They're just looking for gain. They're not even understanding the loss that they just had.
Yeah,
they're just purely looking for gain out of this.
Yeah, yeah. That's definitely what it's looking like. You know what I'm saying? They're just looking to gain clout, because like, I've never heard of this man until all this situation happened and hit the blogs. I didn't even hear about this man when he passed. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, y'all looking for clout at this point. And it's like, okay, whether he put in on the funeral or paid the whole thing, like, he contributed. Everything was taken care of. Y'all was able to bury or have the funeral for your loved one and do whatever with the body that y'all did. But like, y'all, nobody's really out too much of anything because y'all got insurance.
Yeah,
everybody got insurance.
My thing is, I'm looking at it on a perspective of just a normal human being. It's like, damn. It's like, like if something happened to me and I was signed to a label, and that label gave my mama 20 grand, my mama wouldn't be up in the blogs. My brothers wouldn't be up in the blogs. My sister wouldn't be up in the blogs about what they didn't do for me, because I know for the time being that I was alive, I was taking care of them, and that was courtesy of the fucking label. And my mama's them and my mama and my people ain't gonna not recognize that.
Yeah.
So,
but let me ask you this question. Okay, so God forbid something happens and the head of the label say, I'm gonna take care of it. He doesn't, he only puts in on it. But everybody's under the impression that he took care of it. So when it's brought to somebody that they took care of it, will it be wrong for them to be like, no, he didn't take care of it, he only put in on it? Will it be wrong to clear that up?
Me just knowing my people, they not gonna put no smudge on my funeral. So they not gonna they not even gonna bring no shit like that. Shit to just be brought up in court. Like my people, that kind. Like they ain't even gonna play the game of getting on social media and being all on that extra. If it
not necessarily on social media, but not necessarily on social media, just like, just in conversation. Oh, I heard that such and such, took care of it. That was very nice of them, blah, blah, blah.
Nah, my people ain't gonna speak on it. And only reason why, and I can't say much of all of my people, but I know my mother, my brother, my sister, they ain't gonna speak on that. Mm-hmm. Now, my other sister, my older sister, now if you tell her anything, yeah, she gonna tell the whole hood, and the hood gonna tell everybody else. Nobody gonna tell her shit. Like, yeah, nobody gonna tell her shit. Because we already know where it's gonna go. We love her, but we know not to tell her everything. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like my people ain't gonna be that. And that's just my people. I don't know about everybody else, but my people ain't gonna do that. My people are more quiet, and they like to finesse niggas. Like we learned that shit from my mama. My mama, you know what I'm saying? My mama taught us how to finesse. That ain't finessing. You finesse niggas.
Okay. I mean, I don't see a problem with, clearing that up. But I don't see a problem with letting it ride either. So, me personally, like if somebody were to say it to me and I'd be like, no, that ain't necessarily the truth. Like he put in on it, but he didn't take care of it. Like there was still a balance and we took care of it. But I appreciate the contribution, but
and that's fine. You can say that.
Yeah, with me.
You don't drag it out like his people did.
Yeah. Yeah. The way that they did that, it was tacky and it was clout chasing. It was clout chasing. And they may feel some type of way because, they are related to Pooh Shiesty and people know him. They don't necessarily know who Big Scarr is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And from what I understand, that we was on our way to knowing who he was, but he just wasn't there yet. So maybe they feel some type of way about that. But I don't know. Ashley, do you have any thoughts about it?
The phone's breaking up. What you say?
I said, do you have any thoughts about it?
The only thing I had saw when I tried to do my little quick research was that funeral thing. So everything else y'all was talking about, I didn't even know about. But I think that funeral thing was, my mouth was to the floor when I read that. That was crazy. That's tacky, and yeah, that's wrong for his family to be doing that. His brother or whoever did it, everybody that put in on it, that's wrong as hell.
Exactly.
Yeah. No respect. So I don't blame his girlfriend for going off on him.
Oh, that's just dumb. I paid money for funerals for dudes that I knew didn't like me, but I just wasn't that kind. Like, I love their family, and I know what I'm saying, and I was from that soil, so I helped pay for that. Like, so I don't understand the way that the family is acting over 20 grand. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I understand, like, that's his label, and maybe his label said they was gonna do whatever, but we gonna do this how we want to do this. and we grateful for whatever you give us.
Yeah. And then my thing at the end of the day, if the boy got insurance, what are we even discussing? You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, maybe you did have to pay the money up front, but you're gonna get the money back.
Man,
what are we discussing at this point? You know, but
I just really think it's all cats because I mean, you know, the I don't know the it comes to the brother and the sister about this, you know. This is y'all sibling. This is somebody that y'all when y'all bury them, y'all want to bury them in high regards, or if y'all cremate them, y'all want to cremate them in high regards. You don't want to have to drag no shit on like that. And to the mom and the father, like, nah, when you lose something that you love, like, why would you want to carry this extra? Like, I get, you know, the father tried, you know, he did it in the smoothest way possible to not sound like a hater.
Yeah.
But you still sound like a hater when you say, I paid the rest. Like, don't nobody give a fuck. You was supposed to. It's your son.
Right.
Like, I don't think he was saying it like that. I think he was just like clearing up everything.
Again, even if he was clearing it up, you don't have to say shit.
You're trying to
like,
let it known.
If that was my son, I wouldn't even have said, you know, yeah, that 20 grand, but I paid the rest. Nah, I ain't gonna do none of that. I'm gonna say, hey, he helped pay. I respect him for doing that, man. I love my son. My son, you know what I'm saying, resting with Jesus. Like, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to make me feel good. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. I don't give a fuck about what you say about who paid for what.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can see that, you know. It's a weird, I mean, the whole situation is just weird. And it's unfortunate that the population that did not know him has to know him through this foolishness. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that really sucks.
Yep.
You know, but, you know what? It's funny that you said that, and I'm gonna go left because you know we always go left. But I just told one of my coworkers that today, like, you know what's so crazy? I don't know what happened last year of today as we talking. But you know what I do know what today is the day they shot Tuka. Tuka. I know today is the day they shot Tuka.
Who is that?
The nigga from Chicago. Everybody in Chicago be like they smoking on Tuka.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know this. I don't know this young man. I ain't never seen him. I don't know his character. I don't know how he acted. I don't know who he was. But I know he died today. Because I remember everybody talking about the 13th. He died on January 13th. Or he was buried on January, one of them. I remember that.
Excuse me. Okay.
So that's the crazy shit. It's like, we got to get off this shit. Like, that shit's terrible. I can't even tell you when some of my aunties died, but I can remember that.
You remember that, right? Right. That's the crazy part. But yeah, yeah. So rest in peace to that man. You know, hopefully things will turn around. Hopefully things will turn around. And we get to know him for his music and not for this foolishness. Derek says, "Hello, my ish talkers." Hey, Derek.
What up, Derek?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, move on. So let's go for another left since we took a left. Did y'all see the video of the girl at the funeral singing Future's March Madness?
No.
Nope.
Okay, so this guy died, and his girlfriend, she got up there and she spoke, and she was like, we used to sing this song in the club. Now I'm gonna have to sing it by myself. And then she took a minute, and then she started going, "Dirty soda with my styrofoam. Spend my day getting my bond blown." And she sung March Madness. Yeah, and it hit all over the blogs. Me personally, that's the hardest Future song. Like, that used to be my ringtone. I had that for a ringtone for over a year, so I get it. And I want somebody to cross shows at my funeral. What do y'all think?
I'm gonna keep it totally 100 with you. I love it.
Tully says, "Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Ish Talkers. Hey, Tully.
What up, Tony?"
Hey.
I'm like, nah, yeah, I dig it. I think,
All right, well,
I think, I honestly think that was fly.
Yeah. Ashley.
That's a nice. I mean, yeah, that's a nice little way to, gotta keep the memory going. That's something they love to do together. So, I get it. I get it.
I mean,
That's cute. That's cute.
You got so many funerals nowadays that you got these people like going off. You got these people bringing up old beefs in the middle of a talk. Like, nah, for somebody to be like, nah, this is what we rock to, and was like doing that there. Yeah, that's fly to me. Like, yeah, that's what we doing. That's what we doing right here, man. This, you got to take death as a celebration for real, because it's not really a death. It's just a different cycle of how we live now.
Right.
Celebration.
You got to think, every time you die, somebody lives, somebody's alive. Every time one of us check out, somebody's light opens. So it's just it just, you know what I'm saying? It's life in a different way.
Yeah. Yeah, and the comments, because I saw it on the comments were positive for the most part. That was, like you said, that was a thing that they enjoyed, and so she sent them off singing it. I'm not mad at it at all. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not mad at it at all. Like I said, I want somebody to sing crossroads at my. Yeah, can't get boned. Then to come to my funeral. At least play the track. Shit.
Really?
So like, all right. So Lindsay, so when you die, so like,
Really?
what bone song do you want us to play?
Crossroads. Play Crossroads. I feel like Crossroads would be the most appropriate
one.
Hold on.
I feel like
Nah, Lindsay's a fan, so I'm gonna ask her the real question, because she's a fan, and I can only answer. I asked this to a fan. So, do you want part 1 or part 2 of Crossroads?
I honestly want part 1. Do want part 1, but I will understand if you play the second one.
I'm playing part 1.
If you play one, but I honestly do.
I'm playing part 1.
All right, appreciate it.
What's part 2?
Appreciate it. That's the one I want. Huh?
There's the part 2.
You say, Ashley? The part 2 is the one that everybody knows.
Oh, okay.
The original Crossroads.
Okay, I think that's the one I don't like.
I'm like, yeah.
Let's see. You see,
and while it even you don't like that one.
Refresh your soul. Yeah.
Right. I never give up what some nigga told me. When nigga got pepper and put it in a coffin, dog. And fall, got slay my dog. Yeah. Damn, watch me leave.
I'm playing that.
Yeah. And I like the way the curve when they say, "Oh my God."
Lord, here she
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
Sing
Yeah.
no.
I really could. I really could. But we're gonna get off of this left and we're gonna move on. All
Hey,
right.
that was
So
a dope left though. That was a dope left.
yeah. So yeah. Okay, next up is this this cop. Um she put a new meaning to loving the crew. She smashed about like 5 or 6 of her fellow police officers. She was smashing them on the clock, off the clock, on city property. She was already married. Some of them were married, some of them were single. She was loving the crew.
She needs to be under.
I actually do have a well, she got fired. A couple other people got fired. I actually do have a video that I'm going to show. So let me share my screen. One moment.
A disgrace to all cops.
Nah, I ain't doing that.
This is a disgrace to all cops.
I'm totally feminist on this one.
This is what no, I think. I don't think this is a total disgrace to all cops.
Hell no.
I mean, what are you
They've
ain't even doing your job.
A whole lot worse. Right. They've done a
whole be a prostitute. You in the wrong field, lady.
You in the right field. You're getting these niggas relaxed. Relax. Don't shoot me because I tell you I'm going for my goddamn ID. Relax. You know how many of them niggas would have not get shot if that nigga would have busted a nut before he came to the goddamn window?
They got a whole lot of other ones to worry about.
Exactly. Those niggas ain't busting nuts.
Officers involved in sex while on duty: Patrol Officer Megan Hall, Patrol Officer Juan Lugo Perez, Sergeant Lewis Powell, Detective Seneca Shields, Sergeant Henry, K-9 Officer Larry, Patrol Officer Patrick, and Patrol Officer Gavin Schoberl. Hobbs says details of the investigation made public so far have shaken public confidence in the PD.
There's definitely going to be a time period where we're going to have to really emphasize rebuilding the trust of our community.
Officers involved in sex while on duty: Patrol Officer Megan Hall, Patrol Officer Juan.
Who wants to go first?
Disgrace. You heard what they said.
I don't want to go first, but I will say this. Oh my God, the train sounds in the back. It just scaring the fuck out of me. Oh my God. Hey man, listen.
I didn't even notice that part.
People are assholes, and whoever created that video is a pure asshole. And the crazy part about it is he gets paid by the fucking TV channel to do this. He is such an amazing guy. Nobody knows the power that this nigga wields. He wields so much power.
Oh man.
What they
Hilarious.
said, the people said they were shaking. That is gross. Like, like
what?
You
they were
trying
shaking
to be on TV, huh?
I'm shaking.
She's shaking. She shook the community. That's gross.
Like literally,
you can't trust her. Like seriously.
What I don't understand is why this is making the news and why she even got fired for it. Listen.
Wow, what?
We have all known at every job that we ever worked at that there's some hoes out here. There's some real ass hoes. It don't mean they can't do their job. They just hoes.
But you supposed to be protecting and serving.
And I can protect and serve while I'm getting served.
No.
Yeah, listen.
No, they supposed to be so-called held at this higher standard, being police officers. The hell you doing out here slutting?
And this is what you got to do.
You picking them up.
You got to take that high standard off and realize they just human beings. Like
you see me do my quote unquote, because that's what everybody else say.
Yeah, because I say that all the time, man. That's why I'm not scared of police. Because I say all the time, like, I take that a lot back. When I was afraid of the police, I had to tell myself that, you know, these niggas ain't nothing but niggas that put the same clothes I put on. We just wear different badges. But we put the same clothes on, my nigga. So I know what I'm saying, I stopped being afraid of them. The thing is, with the higher standard thing, it's like, nah, we all know that kind. Like I said, we all know that kind. You done worked at a call center with a bitch and fucked half the niggas in the call center. You done worked wherever you done worked, and a bitch done fucked half the niggas in and worked there. Like, we know that. And you know the difference between cops and those bitches is we didn't say nothing about them bitches, and we watched them bitches advance. We watched them bitches be something else. Like, so why the fuck is she so dumb? Like, as long as, like, it wasn't no situation where she was getting fucked and somebody got shot and killed, like, why are we even having a discussion over this hoe? Like, yeah, she like getting trains ran on her. Come on, man. I know a lady preacher. She's a lady preacher right now. I know she used to get this. I remember when she got the dog fucked out of her in a dog house. But she a lady preacher right now, and like, kudos to her. But I know what you did when you was young.
That was her backsliding days. But I think my problem with the whole thing is you can do whatever the hell you want to off the clock. But when you're on the clock, that's something totally different. You know what I mean? Like, why are you doing this on the clock? Like, the taxpayers' dollars shouldn't be going towards you getting your rocks off.
I get that, and that's 100% true. But have you ever worked a 12-hour shift and fucked off an hour?
I didn't fuck on that hour.
Yeah, but that's you. That's you, though. Yeah, that's you, though. Like, you didn't, but she did.
The response.
She fucked 3-4 niggas. Like, yeah, she didn't do it, but she did. So,
right.
It's the same thing. You fucked off an hour. That's all it is. She fucked off an hour, man. That's it.
Us decent human beings do regular shit like go to sleep, smoke, do something. We don't fuck on.
That's you. That ain't her.
Couth.
She said shit. She said she looked at the clock and she said, I got at least 30 minutes before my shit get to jerking. Go on and bust this shit wide open. I don't understand. I don't understand why it's a problem. I really don't. Like, I'm just one of them to, like, I don't believe
you're
this
a male. You're a male. Of course you feel that way.
It ain't got nothing to do with me being a male, because I'm not saying nobody. I'm saying the woman at this point is the one that was dominant about this whole situation, because she was also married.
So, and that's what really make it even worse.
Listen to what I'm saying. She is handpicking the niggas that she's fucking. So she is of all power in this situation. If this is what she chooses to fuck her hour off with, I'm not gonna fault that. I'm not faulting her for that.
She's still nasty. Like,
I don't give a fuck what you call her.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you that she knew how to fuck her hour off. Literally.
Yeah, literally. You're right. You ain't lying about that one. Mm-hmm.
That's all. Like, I just don't feel like she needs to get fired for this.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sure it's against company policy.
Oh wait.
And then like it wasn't like she was fucking somebody on her level. She was fucking people like above and lower and all that kind of stuff. So it was like, okay, there could be a conflict right here. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why they say that you ain't supposed to have those type of workplace relationships, because all you need is that one person to be like, oh, I was under duress. They were trying to threaten my job and this, that, and the third. And then you got a whole lawsuit.
Yeah, you can say that when one nigga did that shit, but when you have ran through 6 niggas, it's hard to, you know what I'm saying, make that accusation. And when you have ran through these 6 niggas simultaneously, because they said she was having high-speed trains. Like, we didn't even discuss that. We didn't even discuss what a high-speed
They were trying to be
is.
funny. They was just really trying to be funny.
I don't give a fuck if they was trying to be funny or not, cuzzo. What that means is a high-speed train, in my knowledge, I'm just looking at it in a cops perspective. They really radioing this shit in. That's probably why niggas got fired, because they was like, hey, boy, it's a 429 on 39th Street right now. Like, they was like running up and busting this bitch ass the fuck open. Like, that's the only way that I can recognize this as a high-speed train. It's like these niggas was like really zooming in, like, boom, jumping out. Where's the suspect at? She's in the back of the gas bathroom. And they going in and they like slap dick on her ass and then like slam dancing her. Like, I don't understand.
You got a whole scene. Come on.
I don't see it no other way. Because they said high-speed trains. So this shit was like almost violent. Like you almost thought a suspect was
tripping. Paint the picture for us. Come on.
Yeah, that's it. You almost thought a suspect was tripping. There ain't nobody tripping. They just all fucking the dog shit out this bitch on 39th and Main.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
He took it there. Okay.
She was willing. She was waiting for that shit.
She was holding it open for him.
Yeah.
Left the light on.
In the bathroom all stupid. She posed up.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I hope she ain't got no kids.
Listen, I'm one of them people. Like, if you let media fuck you over and rule you, you're gonna have these crazy. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is a high-speed train? Like, you're gonna go through that. I've been through trains in my life. Excuse me. I've been through trains in my life. Every dude, I don't give a fuck how nerdish or how cool you think this nigga is. Every last one of them niggas that went through a train or not. Either they even performed in it or they seen it happen and they was like, fuck nah.
But none of them were high speed, huh?
None of them was high speed. None of them was like, fuck that shit. This is like going in, like ripping their shit off like shit. It's my turn, nigga. None of them.
Right.
So this is a whole different breed.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. I bet they didn't learn that at police academy.
Man, just imagine you getting out of a ticket because a motherfucker hit these niggas line up like, yeah, it's a 469 going on. These niggas look at you stupid. Right, they look at they walkie and then they look at you and they be like, hey man, you get home safe, man. I better not catch you out for the rest of the night. And they hurry up and get the fuck out of there. They going to run a high-speed train.
That is terrible. That is terrible.
Just every ticket you ever avoided in your life, just imagine that's why it happened.
Right.
Because it was always somebody that radioed something in, like they talking to you, and the motherfucker be like, 429 going on at 39 Prospect, and they be like, hey, listen, don't let me catch you out in these streets no more. These niggas on their way to 39th Street. They about to run a high speed train.
They about to, okay. Take
I know that for future reference.
Right.
Yeah, definitely know that for future reference. Lord have mercy.
Right. You got off that ticket because them niggas was trying to get that nut off.
It's terrible. Well, they're gonna definitely be in the unemployment line now.
Yeah, and that's
I wonder what like, everybody didn't get fired. So I wonder why some people got fired and some people didn't.
A couple niggas got suspended.
Yeah, and then there was one person
who didn't participate in enough high speed train.
Just did one. One and wait for them.
It's like, oh man, this ain't for me. I'm gonna do my job. Like, what the fuck? You've been doing your job, nigga.
Right. And then there's one that they didn't show his face. So I'm like, how did he be? Why is it that he was the one that was able to stay anonymous?
Because he probably the one that kept his pension.
He's probably the one that whistle blew.
Yeah, he probably whistle blew and kept his pension. Because the rest of them niggas ain't getting their pension.
Nah, they forfeited that shit. Shit. They gonna get it back in nut. So,
yeah, I hope that nut was good for you, nigga.
Man.
You're gonna have to work at the grocery store.
Oh, can you imagine? Oh, and if it was a small town too, Lord.
Yeah.
So them old ladies coming in that grocery store.
Imagine you went from a cop to the motherfucker that's sacking groceries in small town New Hampshire.
Right. Right.
You definitely gonna start doing drugs. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, nigga. You about to start doing drugs.
Man, who are you? Like, that's gonna be some straight men. But yeah, so that's the whole thing with the cops going wild. So next up, excuse me. I'm gonna share my screen again. So I was in these social media streets and I saw it first on Twitter, but then Instagram got a hold of it. And the post was hilarious. I'm bringing it up right now. So I thought we'll share a couple. And basically what the post says is, if you bringing your man to girls' night, can we fuck him? So I'm going to once my computer allows me to, we'll see the responses. Here we go.
Yes.
Can y'all see it?
Yes. And fucking yes.
Okay.
No.
Say it like that, but yeah.
All right. So if you bringing your man to girls' night, can we fuck him? So this person says, like, why is he here? No, for real, because at this point you really trying to tell us something. Then
Yeah.
Spice Girl suggested this years ago when they said, if you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends. But it went over everyone's head. Yeah, pretty much it did.
Yeah, City Girls Up 1000
Then,
for that one. Before City Girls was ever
coincidentally, the next right. And I always question those lyrics, but did nobody else, so I left it alone. So this one says, coincidentally, the next girl night is being hosted at my house.
I'm trying to see what that be like right there. Look, be that. I'm trying to see what that be.
So, next one. Me finding out I gotta get a train ran on me by the whole girl clique on the girls trip. That was then me at girls night coming up with game ideas.
Let's see who can squirt the farthest. Squirting contest! Let's see who can squirt the farthest. Squirting contest!
Hold on, man. Hold on. Listen. That's uncalled for. That's uncalled for. Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna have to put a flag on the play for that one.
All right, so this one says, me when I think I'm done, but there's 6 more friends to go.
Yeah.
All right.
I have no idea what goes on girls trips now, but as a man, I'm gonna just say this: I'm not never gonna go on your girls trip. Like, nah, you don't never want me to see, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not trying to disrespect no woman or disrespect nobody's relationship. What you don't never want to see though, as a man, is your girl and all her girlfriends like putting clothes on. And I'm just, as a man, I'm saying that because I'm like, shit, you don't want to be in a situation where something look better than what you think you have. You're going to fuck yourself up. You're going to crash test them of yourself.
And some of the memes did touch on that too. Yeah. When, like, I saw one that said, when you find out that your girlfriend got the trash box, and that mug was hilarious. It was like somebody that like lost sports, like a basketball like that. It was, but this one says, when my girl asked me who had the best meow meow of the friend group.
Next question.
See,
exactly. Like, you want to do that? Like, if say your girl is one of them to be that kind that don't shave.
Next question.
Like, nah, you don't want to go through that. Like, your girl don't shave, and then one of the chicks that she invited on this motherfucker keep her shit smooth as a baby's ass. Like, and they just undress it in front of you. Now, you don't want to answer this fucking question.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it would be appropriate, Excuse me. But this one says 2 hours in at girls' night.
We need rest. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised.
It time snooze. Can't we just cuddle? No.
Yeah, I wish it don't work like
This
that.
one is hilarious. I'm gonna have to read like
girls
it says.
you sleep.
This one says, me letting out the biggest nut after I fully satisfied my girl and all her friends.
They play too much. They're going to hell.
Rest in peace to that man, because I think that man passed a couple years ago.
They going to hell. Whoever did that.
I think he did pass away.
Yeah, rest in peace to that man.
Yeah, he did. He did pass away a couple years ago. But yeah. Oh.
You know, the only reason why I know about that, I used to work with a dude that he was a street nigga, but that nigga used to sing in the gospel choir, and he used to try to sound like that dude.
Oh my god.
Y'all ain't shit. Like y'all listen. Everybody that's watching the issue we talk, listen, I have no I don't have no situation in this right now. They laughing because they disrespectful. I'm not disrespectful.
Whoever made that video is disrespectful.
I'm not gonna laugh at that. I just refuse to. Lindsay is having a fucking baby right now. I'm gonna drink my beer and laugh at it.
When I first saw that, I laughed so hard, and I was at work too. I laughed for like 5 minutes. I laughed so damn hard. That shit was hilarious. Oh.
But to bring it back to the topic, listen, fellas, there should be no way that you're at a girl's get out. Like,
no, it shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be.
Because it's a girl's trip.
Yeah, you shouldn't be there. It's no way. If you're there, you're fucking everybody. Like you talking about, like, what are you there? You're there to fuck everybody. You're fucking everybody there. So no, don't show up.
Yeah. So we're gonna leave the men at home on a girls' trip. So, because
period.
You don't even know what this girl. You don't even know what this girl trip is about. Like the last thing you want to do is be that one to be like, yeah, I'm gonna show up to the girls trip and I'm gonna make sure that my girl is only fucking me, and then she's miserable the whole trip. Like,
right?
Like you gonna be mad as fuck. Like you be like, damn, she was about to fuck every nigga in Vegas. Like, Jesus, like you gonna be mad if she's not having a good time.
She's not gonna have that much fun. Yeah, she didn't get to let her hair down or anything like that. You know, it's not gonna be fair. It's not gonna be fair to her.
Because her friends are gonna get fucked by random niggas. Like, and that's what she's like. She's gonna be like, damn, I gotta sit here with this nigga. This nigga go to sleep at 10 o'clock. Like,
about we tired.
No point. Like, no, like, nah, you playing a guy's trip. You know, like, don't try to sabotage what the fuck she doing in her life.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Agreed. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I'm in on a girls trip. All right. So last story. So the internet has been set on fire over the past couple of weeks because the new season of Love After Lockup premiered. And they have some interesting characters on this season. I'm part of the population that has been watching it since day one and watch all three of them: Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup, Love During Lockup. But this season in particular of Love After Lockup, there is a couple that's on the show. There's several couples on the show that are pretty polarizing, but this one in particular, their names are Monique and Derek. Monique is, I want to say, 34 from Chicago, and her boyfriend is 29 from Cleveland. He just got out. They haven't had a relationship of him outside of him being in jail. I don't even think they seen each other in person. Like, she didn't go visit him or anything like that. Her and her sister went to Cleveland to, meet him when he got out. And the plan was for her to spend 2 weeks in Cleveland with him before she went to Chicago. So it was already an issue because she's like an assistant for a veterinary hospital, I think. And she didn't took out a loan and bought him all types of things, like a cell phone. She got him $1,000 jeans, Gucci this, Gucci that, and money for her to be in Cleveland for those 2 weeks or whatever. And just for him to be completely laced when he got out of jail. She is. Both of these people are Black. She is a bigger woman, like,
to
big,
say the least.
To say the least. And he is a very fit young man. She's big in height and width, and he's not in neither. And so
And
I'm just trying to way to put it. Yeah, trying to find a nice way.
Oh my God.
And so
shout out to the tall women, because like Lindsay's repping for the tall women right there. When she said that phrase right there, he's not in neither.
He's not.
She really stunned this nigga. She stunned him right there before y'all even got a glimpse of what this nigga was.
I mean, but he's not, especially when they're standing next to each other. It makes it 10 times worse. But
is this how you look at me, cuz? Because I'm short.
No.
You be like, nah, this nigga don't stand up to nothing.
No. I don't know. I don't.
Standard-wise.
I'm not that mean.
And I'm like, shit, man. I didn't beat a bunch of tall niggas' asses. Don't do me like that.
It ain't the standard. It's just the height.
Yeah. But yeah. So she So she goes to Cleveland. She meets him. Now, right before he comes to the meeting spot, the agreement was that her and her sister was going to pick him up, and then they was going to go to the hair salon because he has dreads that have been unattended. So the family was going to meet them at the salon. Well, the family met them at the meeting spot, and there was a bit of an exchange between her and her sister and his family, because she was just like, I wanted this time to myself and blah, blah, blah. And they was just like, well, this is my brother. And no, we're going to come. So it was a bit of an exchange when, and he did tell them not to come, but they came anyway. They kind of body shamed her a little bit, took a picture of her without her knowing.
Time out a little bit.
Well, it was a lot. They took a picture of her, put her on social media, and was like, imagine doing time and this is what you come home to. Another thing that she was doing, she was, for all intents and purposes, she was catfishing him.
Hell no.
Send him pictures that were highly face tuned, and they were from the neck up, with makeup on, all that. So she had neck up pictures with makeup on that were face tuned. So she looked gorgeous. You could tell she was a bigger girl, but she didn't look as big.
That was still his fault.
Yeah, he should have asked for a full body picture. She never said that she wasn't a big girl, but it wasn't clearly discussed how big.
Man, flag on the flag before we even go. I'm gonna say this: like, every nigga who's been in jail, who's not been in jail, who's been on dating apps, who's did anything in the world, we know off the flip, if a girl sends you pictures from the titties up, she's big. She's bigger than what you think she really is. Because we fell for it before, we're not gonna fall for it again. That nigga, he just didn't give a fuck. He knew what it was and he knew what he could do. Like,
yeah.
let's just call a spade. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that bullshit.
Yeah, and that's part of the online discussion about this situation. So so he comes to the meeting spot. He greets him or whatever. Then he eventually greets his family. Then he talks to the producers or whatnot, and he does mention how she's bigger than what he thought, but that's okay. So, then they go to the salon, get his hair done, and then they go to the room and, do what grown folks do when they get out of jail. So then the next day, they get all dressed up or whatever, and they go out to this expensive restaurant. This man ordered every surf and turf that was on the menu. Ended up coming up to a $500 tab.
What the hell?
And why not?
And of course, he's only been out of jail 24 hours. He don't have no money. So it was already implied that she was going to pay for it. But then he was like, so you going to handle that? And she was just like, I guess. So she's also extremely insecure. She got him a cell phone. Excuse me. She got him a cell phone that she got all the passwords to, put all types of apps and shit on the phone. And on top of that, she brought cameras because I guess he's getting paroled to his grandma's house. Excuse me. She brought cameras so that she could put them around the house so that she can watch him and make sure don't no funny business happen or whatever. So, yeah, like she's really insecure. And has trust issues like a mug. While they were eating, somebody that he knew came up and spoke to him. They probably had like 1-2 minute conversation, exchange numbers when they did that or whatever. She gets all upset, asks to see his phone, and erases the man's number. Then, excuse me, there was a couple of people that he ended up seeing after they left the restaurant. She gets all upset behind that too. And it's just like, dang, he can't have no friends. He can't say hi to folks. Then he wants to go to the casino. He made it a big deal to go to the casino. She didn't want to go to the casino. She wanted to go home. Probably because she like, my pockets are getting raped at this point. I just spent $500 on this meal. They did not even finish. They took that shit to go. Like, they had to go play. They had to go box. They had like at least 3 to go boxes.
As you should do if you order a $500 meal. That
But
shit should be
my thing is that it's surf and turf. Like, that ain't necessarily that good the next day. And I don't know if they had a refrigerator or not in their hotel room, but whatever. I think too far into things. But anyway, yeah, so he made it a big deal that he wanted to go to the casino. He was telling her that she need to go to the ATM to get some money out so he can go to the casino. She didn't want to go. They had a whole back and forth exchange about it. She reluctantly went, and she was annoyed by it. Now, the internet has been set ablaze with this particular situation because they're just like, let's just be real. That man is out of her league. He don't really like her. He's using her for money. They've been saying a whole lot of things. They also been saying like the producers is dead wrong. They know what they did when they casted them.
Out of her league, though. That's foul.
That's what people have been saying, Then I think the main thing is just the audacity of this man spending her money like that, but she's allowing it to happen, and then the stark contrast between the two, like some people have just been calling it out. Like if he never spent a day in jail and he was out here taking care of himself financially or whatever, he would not fool with that girl. He wouldn't look at her twice.
So
but that's what people are saying. I'm just reporting.
I get it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah. So it's been like this big deal online. I did a little research, found both of their Instagrams. As far as I can tell, they're still together. Although one of his sisters came out and said otherwise, but then her and the sister had a back and forth about if they're still together or not. But from what I can tell, they are still together. Yeah. So, and then she came out and made a statement because this has been all over the blogs, on all of social media. People have been having all kinds of comments about it. And she just was like, we've been together 3 years now. This show was taped months ago, and this, and the third. So, yeah. So, what do you guys' thoughts on Monique and Derek?
Because what you got to say first? I'm gonna let you go first.
From what I just heard you talk about, because I didn't watch the show or anything like that. I mean, I think it's kind of foul that he would get out and then spend all her money like that. I think that was pretty foul. I don't know the basis of their relationship or anything, or how long they've been together and stuff like that, but at least be considerate, for somebody even accepting that situation. And she didn't have to put herself in that situation. He didn't have to accept it and things like that. But I just think it's really inconsiderate that they would go out to eat and he would order that much food. I think that's pretty foul. But I don't know. I don't know the rest of their situation, but just hearing that part, that was kind of fucked up. And she didn't have to. I mean, she could have stopped it at the same time too. She accepted it. So, but just me looking at it, it's like, come on now, be considerate for somebody that ain't really, helping with the bill.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a point. You have a point. Lily, what are your thoughts?
Now I want to hear your thoughts.
My thoughts. Well, he should have did his due diligence. As far as her appearance is concerned. Because she did catfish him.
How can he do that in prison though?
Well, he could have asked, you know, for full body pictures. Like they could have had a whole discussion about it. They did have, because she said that she told him that she was big, but he could have been, he could have been persistent about asking, for full body pictures.
Oh,
it sounds
can
like
I go back to? I forgot to
yeah.
mention something. I forgot all about the part where you said she done catfished him. Now she was hella wrong for that. So she was the first one wrong. That catfishing to me, honestly, I hate that shit. If you ain't happy with yourself or happy with just meeting somebody that's gonna accept you for who you are, then to me, that's just thumbs down anyway. So for her to be catfishing in the first place was fucked up. He did, from the sounds of it, accepted her for who she was anyway, but she shouldn't have misled him to begin with. So I just wanted to make that point.
Yeah. I agree. Like I feel like he probably could have made it, an issue, but
Yeah.
he probably just went along with it. You know what I'm saying? It does look like, the season just started. I think tonight was like episode 5 in this season. So we just now, scraping the surface of their relationship. So, but what it's looking like initially is looking like some future type stuff. And I wouldn't want to be with nobody that is allowing me to spend all this money on them. No, and I'm sure because they have been talking for a really long time that he knows what her occupation is. And he should know that her occupation doesn't really bring in that much money for her to be out here spending on him for $1,000 pair of jeans, Gucci this, Gucci that, or whatever. Like, to me, that just was, I was just like completely turned off.
Let me stop you right there, cause
okay,
I'm gonna stop you right there, and I'm gonna only give you this experience. A woman could say, because we're only talking via phone calls. Maybe we can Facebook each other now. All this whole extra, we don't know anything. A woman can say, "Yeah, I save all my money and I do all this, and only money I spend on is for the fam. All the rest of my money is put up, and so." A nigga be in a bond or a nigga be on anything, and like he in prison, so he couldn't even be in a bond. He could just ask her for some money because he in prison, and she's constantly giving it to him. He don't know what's going on the outside. Like, so he's used to her giving. He's used to her just like, yeah, I got it. I told you I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what you had to do. Like, I can't fault a nigga for not knowing, like, this bitch put a loan out.
I'm not faulting for him for not knowing that part. I'm not faulting him for not knowing that. What I'm saying is that I'm sure he knows what her occupation is. And it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out that somebody who is an assistant at a veterinary hospital probably shouldn't be spending that much money on your clothes.
Not if you in prison, though, because she can tell you anything. You don't know what finances is. Like, you got to really think about it, Lindsay. You don't know what finances is. You thinking maybe she bossing up like as a motherfucker as a veterinary assistant. Like maybe she a boss. Like you don't know what it is. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. Half these
You
niggas ain't really dope dealers like that, so they don't know what real money is.
okay, you may not know. So maybe it's me because I just think that that's a complete turnoff of a man. I don't care if you first day out. I think that's a complete turnoff for a man to let a woman spend that much money on him like that. That's just crazy to me.
These niggas are in prison. Once you get to prison, one thing you do is learn. I don't give a fuck what type of nigga you is. You either learn to do the good thing or you learn to do the wrong thing. But you always learn when you're in prison. So when quote unquote a motherfucker decides to take this risk and take this money out on niggas, they be expecting a return investment. Like for real, that's the whole point of it. Like this is a gamble right here. They just want a return on the investment. If I spent 20, goddamn bring 20 in.
Yeah, but I can't get jiggy with it. Maybe it could just be me.
I'm not saying that's for you. That's not for everybody. That prison shit ain't for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
but
like,
just
the motherfuckers that go through that prison shit, they realize that shit wasn't even for them.
Yeah. 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 It's just crazy to me that he is just like spending her money the way that he's spending it without a care in the world. And it's like you're not even being considerate. You know, even if she justly did have it like that, you're not even being considerate. You just don't care. Like that's just crazy to me that you just don't care enough that you just spending it however you want to spend it like that. For a man to do that, that's crazy.
You have to understand when his life stopped, he was able to buy a $30,000 Cartier watch. So this is when his life stopped. So he don't get it like you get it. He don't understand it. He think it's gonna come right back. As soon as I get back on, it's gonna come right back. He has this mental. Plus, he has the capacity of when he's been in there this whole time, he's been learning how to do the same thing he did to get him caught, to get him to make money. So he's not worried about that. That's of legal means. Like he's learned in there of legal means. He can do whatever to get it back. That's why he's on the show. It's like men look at things differently. Like he know he's getting a check. He know some shit coming in and all this shit that you pay for, I'm gonna be good for it. Just chill. Just relax. I got this. You gotta understand, like, don't underestimate prison niggas. Them are some of the smartest niggas ever. And them niggas is doing this show. Oh yeah, they getting paid. So all that shit that these women talking about, I spent 10 grand on this. I spent 10 grand on this. All we got to do is fucking 4 shows a piece, bitch. I'm gonna pay you back.
Yeah. 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 And I was thinking that too. You know what I'm saying? That they're definitely making their money back with being on the show.
Yeah.
But it's just what is being portrayed to us. I'm just like, man, that's some foolishness. Yeah. That is some, but like you said, like it ain't for everybody. I wouldn't be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you maybe get at best $100 out of me, but $500 on a meal, and then it's surf and turf, and you taking it home for it to be reheated and not taste as good. Like I was tripping about that.
I ain't even gonna lie. That nigga ain't had nothing in such a long time. He don't give a fuck what he do to that shit. I believe that was the first time he ever had shrimp and lobster.
Well, how long has he been in jail?
He was in jail for 8 years, right?
Was it 8 years? I don't remember how many years.
I think it was 8 years.
And
He's
how old is he?
29. So was it?
Yeah, because it was because he said he had shit. What did he say? Like 84 months. So 84 months, what, 5-6 years?
Mm. Do you remember what his charge was?
I don't. Nah, I can't say I don't remember his short.
I don't know. But with the episodes that you did watch, will this have you continually watching it now?
You know what? I'm gonna keep it 100. You already know me. I'm gonna say it like I always say it. I don't really do reality shows, but my girl was like, "Shit, you just got me hooked on this shit." So I'm gonna end up watching it because my girl's gonna be watching it, and I'm not gonna tell her to change the fucking channel unless it's a game mode.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ashley, with this conversation, is this gonna make you tune in?
I might check it out, see what's going on. I seen a couple episodes at your house. That's probably the only time I watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah. It's a very interesting show. You know, I know like some things are like completely staged because it's just like some people that's just like you cannot be this damn stupid.
Hey,
But
can we?
there's some things that are completely real. Huh?
While we talking about that, can we talk about my dude from New York and the chick from New Jersey? Excuse me.
Oh, yes. We can talk about them too. So, do you know what's going on currently with them?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. So let me do a quick synopsis. So they were on Love during lockup, right? And the thing with them is that the dude, what's his name? I think is it Chris?
It's
I can't
Chris.
remember his name.
It is
Chris.
Chris.
Okay. Chris. And then the chick's name, what's her name?
Gabby.
Okay, yes, Chris and Gabby. Okay, so Chris, he was in jail for like I want to say 5 or 6 years. And with him, while he was in jail, he got beat up by the police really bad. And so he ended up getting a settlement. And so with the settlement, he it was like about like 160,000 that he got from the settlement. And so he ended up, piecing it off to his mom and to Gabby. Gabby spent the money on a lot of things. She bought a car, she got caught up on her bills, she did a lot of plastic surgery enhancement, she did other things too, or whatever. And then we'll talk about what I'm gonna do with that money later. But
yeah, speak on.
Yeah, so they're engaged. On Love during lockup, she had went like dress shopping, venue shopping, all this kind of stuff. And then every time that she wanted some money, all she would have to do was call a lawyer. And then the lawyer would have to get permission from Chris. And then the lawyer would send the money to her. And so she was like dress shopping and all kinds of stuff. Like she made like a big scene because the lawyer, she wanted to get this particular dress, and the lawyer was like, I gotta get permission. I can't just send you the money. And it was like a big mess. But anyway, now the man got out. Like on Love during lockup, they were he was supposed to get out, and they had went to go get him and everything. And then they said, like, they called, like, he didn't get released. So they had to call in there to see what was going on. What ended up happening was that, like, another place ended up taking him, and he had to serve time for that place. So he ended up doing probably like another 5 months or something like that. So now he's actually getting out. And so he got out to go to a what's that called? A halfway house.
Yeah.
Now by the time he got out, he don't have no more money. So it went from him sending Gabby money to Gabby sending him money. And from what I understand is that the mama wasn't doing, like, his family wasn't sending him anything at that point. So in order for him to be paroled to Gabby, because Gabby lives in New Jersey, he lives in New York. In order for him to be paroled, they had to get married. So as soon as they got in person with Chris, they went and got married on the side of the street, which was crazy. But anyway,
out of a 7-Eleven.
Right. So they so he goes to the halfway house. Then we got like they fast forward a couple months later. Now he's getting out of the halfway house, and he's supposed to be going to New Jersey. Well, Gabby then found out that he's being in contact with other people because she gave him the phone. She gave him his phone, so she's able to check the records. So he's on the phone talking to people like for hours long and stuff like that. So she's like, "Who are you talking to?" You know what I'm saying? He's just like, "Oh, they're just friends. They just seeing how I am." Blah blah blah. End up having his mama get him a second phone. So Gabby is mad, and she's like, "I'm not coming to get you. You're gonna have to ride the train to New Jersey." He rides the train to New Jersey. She was supposed to come get him from the train station. And then she ends up saying, "I'm not coming to get you. You're going to have to figure out your way here." Now, fast forward to today. She did like an interview a few days ago or whatever. Apparently, Chris beat the dog shit out of her. And this is what he does to all his girlfriends, is beat the dog shit out of them. But I think like she lost some teeth and was all beat up. So he's back in jail now. What else? Oh, she said that he didn't give her as much money as they were trying to portray. That was like more the producers that was trying to portray that. He did give her the down payment for the car because she has a BMW. He did give her the down payment for the BMW, but he did not pay for the BMW. She made the monthly payments. And on top of that, after the money was gone, she was taking care of him or whatever. But that's what's going on currently, is that he's a woman beater and he's back in jail for it. So yeah. So what are your thoughts about their situation?
Well, I will first say when I seen the whole dynamic, I was like, "Oh, this is going to end bad," because she's a hothead, but he's a hothead too. The difference is he's a male hothead, and not only is he a male hothead, let's just keep it 100 with the world. He's not the most attractive thing in the world, so the thing that makes him attractive to women is he fucks shit up. You know, he's one of those males that attract a lot of the quote unquote toxic woman, because they like to see that shit. They like to see him tear shit up. When she went to go get, like, Lindsay ain't gonna say this, I'm gonna say this. When she went to go get her pussy rejuvenated, even though she said she ain't had sex in 5 years, she had to go get her pussy rejuvenated, almost virgin like. I already knew she's a fucking problem.
Yeah.
And this
nigga,
you said what? I'm sorry.
That didn't make sense, because if you ain't had sex in 5 years, why do you need to have it rejuvenated?
Exactly.
It's already rejuvenated.
Virgin. I don't give a
Right.
fuck how many vibes and how many dildos you put in that shit. As soon as you put a real dick in that shit gonna go bonkers. Because it's hormones and pheromones and shit that's gonna go on. So like I didn't understand that. That let me know that like nah, she's not the one for this nigga. Plus, like I said, let me keep it real. She was waiting because regardless of what the producers say or how they try to lace it, she was with him because he laid a bunch of stacks on her real fast.
Yeah.
Real fast. Like he had a settlement coming and he dropped her 60 from what they saying is 60 racks.
Yeah.
You can't fall.
Yeah.
You can't even be mad at her for that. That's a hustler.
Yeah. But I mean, the part that sucks about it is that when he got out, he didn't have nothing. That's the part that sucks. Like, I understand, like, you giving her some money. I even understand you giving your mom some money, but you should have had some money tucked off to the side that this is the money I'm not gonna touch because when I get out, I'm gonna need some money. You know what I'm saying? Whether I be with you or the next woman or back at home with my mama, like, I'm gonna need some money when I get out.
You know what? So, this is the thing that baffles me though. Like regardless of her, like I don't even trip off her. Like that money that he gave her, I think he should have just let that burn. Like so, if he gave her 60 racks, you gotta let that 60 racks burn. Who I will really be questioning is my mother and my sister, who I gave this money to take care of y'all and also take care of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I would question them more than I would question her. I'm gonna keep it 100 because like she ain't gonna last. Like I'm dealing with her because I'm in prison. She's not gonna, and maybe she will. I'm not gonna say that like shit like that don't happen because it does. But I'm just a realist. Like she might not be here long, so whatever I gave her because she was there for me. The shit I'm concerned about is how I don't got no money coming home from the family. And I know I dropped y'all off some money.
Right. Right. And that's the thing, because from what I understand, the mama bought a big ass TV that costs like 10 racks. I don't even know like what TV is out here that costs 10 racks. But whatever. And then people were pointing out how her and her daughter both had these MCM bags. Well, MCM is not cheap. So, and on top of that, they stay in one of them barrels in New York. Either the Bronx or Brooklyn or one of them. But they're not like staying in the nicest of places. They're probably staying in something like one step above the projects type situation. So it's like y'all didn't even try to elevate your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? With the money that he was giving y'all just was doing some bullshit with it. So, yeah, like huh?
That's why I keep saying he regret that shit. Like every time he was in the interview and they talk about the money, like shit, I wish I had it now.
Right. But he emphasized the whole her Gabby doing all these cosmetic situations. You know what I'm saying? But so he ain't really talked about how his mama was spending that money too.
Yeah.
He just said he gave it half to her and half to his mama. But yeah.
I mean, I would feel that too though. Like, I mean, like just think about it. Like, shit, I gave you 60 grand. I mean, I'm cool with a car, but like, I was fucking with you before the lip surgery and this and this and this, and then getting you a vagina tightened. Like, why the fuck do you need your vagina tight?
Right. Yeah, and he said something like that because he talked about that too. He was just like, I don't need that. Like, and she was trying to make it seem like, oh, it's a present for him. And he was just like, I don't need that. Like,
That's when like she like gets tight as a virgin. Like, I don't understand why like she said that shit. Like that shit was like so hard. Like, that's not hard. Like, a grown man trying to fight through a virgin pussy. Like, that's weird.
I
Like,
mean,
I'm just thinking about it now. Like,
yeah,
that's weird as fuck.
for
Like,
somebody,
you really want me to force my way through this fucking vagina?
especially for somebody as young as she is. Like, you would think like somebody that like maybe was in the sex industry or has like some years under her belt, they could probably benefit, or has some medical issues. They could probably benefit from a procedure like that. But somebody who ain't had sex in 5 years and is young, why are we doing this?
You doing that because your pussy been ran through.
Yeah.
Like that. That's the only way I can think about it. Is your pussy been ran through, and nobody in the world ever taught you about cankles.
Yeah. Is she trying to hide that shit?
Yeah, like nah, like you just now getting to know your pussy, and now you know your pussy is ran through, so you spending this money on it. Like I just don't. Other than that, I don't understand. I'm like, man, nah. I was telling Jasmine the other night when we was watching this shit. I'm like, that shit just don't make no sense. Like she keeps saying she ain't had no dick in 5 years, but she's still about to get this surgery. That's dumb. That doesn't even make any sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't make sense at all. It didn't make sense at all. But yeah, like the whole situation is just it's a messed up situation. It's a messed up situation. And then finding out what I know that's happening in present time, it makes it that much worse. You know what I mean? So, because you kind of was on Chris' side up until you hear that he's a woman beater. You know
right. Like, yeah, that throw you off. Like, damn, like that's when you got mad and you just went and beat this bitch ass. Like now, at the same time that I say this, I always will say this, like, shit, you gotta understand when you're dealing with a hothead, you don't know where these motherfuckers are gonna go. Like, sometimes you can't poke the bear. If you know a nigga a hothead, you can't poke the bear. And that's the same way with him. Like, you can't poke the bear. He poked the bear. She was like, I ain't coming to get you. I ain't fucking with you. Whatever the fuck. Excuse me. And then in the grand scheme of all things, he caught her on that same energy and was like, yeah, you poked the bear, bitch. Now I'm about to fuck some shit up.
Yeah.
Like, people got to stop pressing people buttons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It's a crazy situation all the way around, but it's entertaining nonetheless. And I will be watching it once we get done here because a new episode came on tonight. So
oh, okay, bet. Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll wait till Jasmine get home. That'll justify for me watching.
Yeah, right. Had to watch it. She wanted to watch it, so we watched it.
You like reality shows? You flop down here on the couch. I just turned this bitch on. That's what it is.
Right. It was watching me.
Right. 9 times out of 10, it's gonna watch me anyway.
Yeah. So, Ashley, did you have any thoughts about that scenario?
No, I really don't know too much about it to speak on it for real. Just what y'all been discussing.
Yeah. It's a crazy situation.
It sounds like it.
Yeah. I mean, they got some people on this season. I will say that. I definitely got some characters.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, so that's Love After Lockup. So now we are on to the fucked up song of the podcast. And this week it is brought to you by Mr. Bobby Womack. And the song is called I Wish He Didn't Trust Me So Much. So did you want to sing read it?
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah.
I guess
so much.
I can't read it because Bobby Wildmack is he is held in high regards as a super scumbag to me. Oh, listen. He's my favorite person in the whole wide world because of what he did in life, and all that shit was scum.
Yeah. Yeah. I sent you the lyrics, so
I'm about to, I was waiting because I'm about to look him. Hey man, listen.
This song is tough.
If you don't know who Bobby Womack is, man, I'm gonna give you a brief summary. Bobby Womack is the reason why City Boys are relevant to this day. And that's probably the lightest way I can say things without even saying things about it. But like to these lyrics. Oh, the song is called I Wish He Didn't Trust Me So Much by Bobby Womack. First verse. I'm the best friend he's got. I'd give him the shirt off my back. He knows he can trust me with his life. But each time he leaves me alone with his wife. Oh, it gets deep, y'all. I wish he didn't trust me so much. I think he really trusts me too much. How can he be so blind? We both got the same good taste. But he should know when he's gone on his business trips. I can't help watching his woman. But I'm losing my grip. I wish he didn't trust me. Damn. I think he really shouldn't trust me so much. Though I swear, all is not my will. But there's something about the way she makes me feel. Lord, I'm scared. So scared of what I do. If she starts to feeling the same way too. You shouldn't trust me so much. We got a problem. I think you really trust me too much. Third, it leads me on. I'm getting there all by myself. But it's just being with her all alone. I can't help but happen that he never comes home. Excuse me. Change it. Because they should have spelled it like hoping really should be spelled. But I'll say it again, excuse me. I can't help but hope that he never comes home. I wish he didn't trust me so much. I think he really shouldn't trust me so much. That's Bobby Womack, y'all. Anybody got any rebuttal about this song?
Well, I didn't know he was gay.
Huh? What?
That's what I'm like.
He's not gay.
I think you said the wrong thing about Bobby fuck God Womack.
He's not gay, Ashley.
So maybe I misinterpreted how he was reading the lyrics.
So as I read those lyrics, you thought I read those as a gay man?
When the first verse.
The first, I'm gonna scroll to it. So the first verse, I said, "I'm the best friend he's got. I'd give him the shirt off my back. He knows he can trust me with his life. But each time he leaves me alone with his wife." That made him gay?
That ain't all you said.
That is all I said.
I think that's how passionate you were saying that shit. I don't know. Shit, you said it a little too passionate. Cause I could have swore that was Bobby talking.
Lindsay.
Hold on now.
Lindsay, did you hear anything sus about the way I said that first verse?
With your wife, now I'm digging your wife. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't get gay vibes at all. I don't know what she was listening to. I didn't catch that one. No.
So I'm like, now wait a minute.
It was the passion.
It was the passion. Passion is gay. I'm so confused.
I mean, the way he was saying it, like, my best friend, I give you the shirt off my back, like,
I was emphasizing what he was doing. Like, you can do that without being gay. Like, I don't understand. Like, since when has enthusiasm become gay?
Just
I've never been in a situation when a motherfucker be like, damn, he's so enthusiastic, he must be gay. Like, what?
Right.
Well, I mean, when it's enthusiasm from a man to another man, it can kind of come off gay like that.
No, he's so passionate, he must be gay.
He could. I'm gonna say must.
Not with what he was saying. You gotta listen to what he's saying with the enthusiasm.
Okay, now
I was just being enthusiastic because of the song. Because listen, I don't know if you really know this, cousin, but I know Lindsay will tell you, like, I really, really love Bobby Womack. Not because he's a great artist, because of the fuck shit he did in life. Like, I can go down a whole train list of Bobby Womack. I love him that much.
Yeah, see, I don't know that nigga like that.
I love everything about Bobby. That's why I'm original. If you ever hear anybody in the world ever say Bobby fuck God Womack, they got that from me.
Dang, you done gave this nigga a nickname and shit?
Yes, I did. I gave that nigga a nickname a long time ago, and Lindsay will tell you I did. She knows the truth. Like, and so if you ever hear anybody say Bobby fuck God Walmack, because I've heard it said before, and I'm like, oh yeah, y'all got that shit from me. Because nobody was saying that before I said it.
I heard it before too.
Thank you. And you know, ain't nobody said that before I said it, right?
Right.
Thank you.
You're right. Yeah. But yeah, I know gay vibes. Dad. I don't. Yeah. I think you missed a lyric or two or a verse maybe, but.
Well, now that I know he's not gay, I mean, it's still fucked up.
He just heard that in my voice, and she was like, "That's gay."
Oh my god, that was hilarious. Yeah. Yeah. So now that you know that he's straight, what are your thoughts now about the song?
It's still fucked up. I mean, damn, you smacking your nigga's wife while he gone on business trips and shit, hoping she feel the same way and shit. Like, damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah,
that's cutting
it
dry.
is pretty outside of the gay part. Yeah.
You Bobby, you can get you one. You ain't gotta go.
Hey, you know he this is a real song he wrote after the whole situation with him and Sam Cooke's wife, right? Like, this is a true story. He was right.
Damn.
And you know who Sam Cooke is, Ashley, right?
Nope.
Yeah. Figured.
So you don't remember the okay, never mind.
Do you know the song "A Change Gonna Come"?
Probably if I hear it.
I was born by the river in a little tent in home, like that river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know a day's gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. You don't remember that song?
I think I remember some old school.
Yes, it's old school, but that's classic old school.
Yeah, like Sam Cooke died in the 60s. So, yeah. But I bet you know the remix. I was born by the river.
This is taking my ass.
About the pussy, I was in the gas. I was born by the river. I was born by the river. I was in the gas.
My ass. Hey. You know, everybody knows that remix. And it's so dumb. You know that remix, you don't even remember the people that made it. So
I remember the video. I remember the video because they was by the river.
Video. You can't name the niggas that did that.
No, I can't. And I remember the one video when they was singing it in front of their grandma, and their grandma was in the hospital.
They embarrassed themselves for nothing. That's sad. That's so sad. They embarrassed themselves for nothing. They didn't get famous. They didn't make $1 million. They didn't do shit.
Right. Oh my god. But yeah,
they hurt their grandma.
Yeah, I mean, right. Their grandma was like, Oh man. Good times, good times. But yeah. So the song is fucked up. The song is definitely a fucked up song. Like with friends like Bobby Womack, who needs enemies, you know. But
Hey,
and then he like tried to turn it on Sam Cooke, talking about, well, why are you trusting me? Who told you to trust me? I'm not trustworthy. What? Sir,
like
you're
Bobby
not supposed to
Womack
be
was
fucking
slanging that dick for so long. Like he been slanging that dick since he was a kid. And you know the crazy shit about it is, if you deep dive into Bobby Womack, you find out that the Womack brothers was just dick slanging niggas all through fucking the entertainment industry for those years in the 70s and the 80s. Like they were just dick slanging. Like his younger
just a
brother
bunch of horny.
got killed because a bitch thought he was gonna fuck another bitch. Like they were slanging dick so good, a bitch killed his younger brother because she didn't want another bitch experience the same dick she was getting.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't want nothing that. I don't want nothing that could stay away from me.
It's crazy what the Wildmax was doing. The Wildmax had the best dick in industry history. That's what I don't understand about how motherfuckers right now be on social media talking about, everybody be recycling each other. That shit been going on for years in the industry. They only fucking with niggas who got the same type of money they got.
Mm.
Yeah, we just happen to see the shit and live in person now.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But these
right with social media and everything. Yeah,
they fuck with the same niggas that got the same amount of money they got.
Yeah. Craziness. Straight craziness.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Besides Fantasia, we don't know nobody to fuck with a nigga from T-Mobile.
No.
We ain't never heard that story. We ain't heard that story of an R&B singer finding love when she went and got her iPhone.
Mm-hmm. Right. At T-Mobile of all places.
Right.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
So yeah, they run through each other. They recycle each other. We've been seeing that shit for years. And that's what Bobby Womack was doing. Bobby Womack is just such the god of it. Is not only he got to finesse the motherfucking wife of Sam Cooke, he finessed the daughter too. He finessed the daughter so good that not only did she fuck him, she married his brother. That's if that ain't dope dick, I don't know what is.
Lord. That's horrible. Oh gosh. That is horrible. They probably knew her ever since she was a kid and everything. Like,
yeah,
ew.
they always around her growing up.
Yeah, that's as bad as what's his name? That one the actor, director that married his stepdaughter.
Shit, Woody. Not
Yeah.
Woody. Is it Woody?
I want to say Woody too. It ain't Woody Harrelson, but it's something.
No, it's not Woody Harrelson. Yeah, I know what you're talking about though. Yeah, he's like, yeah, didn't he marry like he ended up marrying his daughter, like his Asian adopted daughter.
Yeah, it's Woody Allen.
Woody Allen. I'm gonna be on my Kanye, like he's a Jew.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, he's a Jew.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not. That's why I said I'm gonna be on my Kanye. Like he's a Jew. Like that's some weird shit. I just want to point that out because they want to point out all of our discrepancies, and so I'm like, okay, well, I don't mean for it, but when it comes out that way, I'll present it what it is. He's a Jew, and he slept with his daughter.
Basically, because he raised her. That's gross. So, yeah.
Like legit, that was his daughter. Like he turned his daughter into his wife. Like, and ain't no way you can get around it. I don't care what you did when she got older. All of that shit they trying to spin in the tabloids and in the books. Like you fucked your daughter, you married your daughter. So whatever.
Yeah.
You wrong on every level.
Right.
That's one of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you happen to be a person of power, and you happen to be a Jew.
Yep. So that is the fucked up song of the podcast.
Yeah, that was it. That was a fucked up song of the podcast.
Yeah. Bobby Womack. I wish he didn't trust me. So Ashley, did you have any final words?
Oh, everybody just have a good 2023, a good, healthy, loving. Everybody spread love and be happy.
Cool.
Okay. I respect that.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts from you, Lindsay? Oh yeah, I want to hear it because that sounds like you need to say something. Say that shit. Say that shit.
No, that's all.
Oh my god. So that's what you've been on. So that's what you've been on for 2023 already. You've been on that.
Oh,
You
Twitter is my
nasty
friend
motherfucker.
right now.
You nasty motherfucker. You.
No, I'm talking about Twitter. Twitter has been my best friend lately. So yeah, I'm in these Twitter streets. But yeah, you got it. What is Jerry's final thought?
Jerry's final thoughts is this, and I'm gonna keep it short and simple. Hey, I know 2022 was hard for a lot of us. It was heavy, it was deep, it was opening up new wounds, it was opening up old wounds, and it was kind of terrible for us. Some of us decided that through all the things we went through, we were going to start this and do this and have a goal. And a lot of us accomplished those, but a lot of us didn't. And for those that didn't, I understand what 22 was for you. Without getting into detail, 22 was a real devastating year for a lot of us in this world. But we made it. And I want all y'all to know that, you know what I'm saying, we made it. We're here to live another year and sacrifice what we have to sacrifice and see what we need to see. And I'm glad that y'all here with us, and I'm glad that you were here with me. And as always, take care of yourself and others. I can't hear a word you saying, cuz. Hold on. Wait a minute. Time out. I can't hear shit.
Okay.
I
All
was
right.
gonna say, what's
Can you hear
going
me?
on? Like, I'm seeing you talking. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I
what's
forgot.
going on?
Yeah, I muted myself because I was coughing and forgot to take it off mute that quick. My bad.
And
But
I was
was
muted too, and I said amen too to Cuzzo's statement too. That was beautiful.
yeah,
Thank you.
right. And I said I didn't say amen, but I was just like great words. We appreciate your words. But yeah, so this was episode 68 of the Ish We Talk, and we will see you guys on episode 69. Bye.
Exactly.
Bye.